is a familiar face. We all know him. Welcome to the show once again, sir.
Thank you.
All right, good to have you. So, before the game, what were your expectations?
3 points. I expected Chelsea to have 3 points.
During the game, what happened?
I expected Chelsea to have 3 points.
And at the end of the game, what happened?
They didn't have the 3 points.
So what? How?
because I think, like I said last season, my major problem in Chelsea has left me, which is Pochettino.
Of course.
I wouldn't want to, in my own private line, I said I'm going to give Maresca 2 seasons. I promise I'm going to give him 2 seasons. Not because he has done anything to impress me much, but because, number one, he has proven to me that he's in charge of the squad. For him to be in charge of the squad, for him to take the decision that he took, I want to see him succeed. I want to see how far he can take us to. I want to see where he's taking us to. And before I will start bashing him or not bashing him, I want to give him like 8-10 matches before I will start. Yeah.
Well, let's talk about this game in particular now. We saw Chelsea started brightly, they got a goal, but eberechieze with the equalizer. But how was the gameplay, the style of game? Was it an identity or compared to when there was Pochettino in charge?
This man is trying to give us a different identity from, but it's not going to come overnight. It's not going to come in 3 matches. Secondly, I am struggling to see why Enzo should be in this squad. I know he will play. I know he must be in the squad. But I'm trying to see why, the decision why, if it's not playing okay, if it's not playing well, why he will not be removed. All his 70% of his passes today never went through. Throughout the season, for 3-4 matches that he has played, his passes has been inaccurate. He only does this short pass backward. That is only one. Any forward pass that he made has always been cut off, or he didn't get to where he's going to. But for the coach to leave him up to this moment to play 90 minutes is a big problem to me.
Okay. Also, speaking of Enzo Fernandez, one of the things that Chelsea fans have spoken to over time this season that they've all complained about is that he's playing too advanced, and in that position, he does not play very well. And also, it also impacts on Cole Palmer's productivity for the team. Do you agree with that?
Exactly. That's why I said he's staying on the pitch for 90 minutes. It's even giving me a serious concern. Not because Enzo is not a good player, but Enzo, the last Casado, Enzo, and Lavia will not work for Chelsea. I'm sorry to say, I am not a coach. I don't know what the coach is seeing. But these three players, I don't see them playing together to get a result. Especially Enzo. Enzo needs to drop down for Palmer to come into 10. But if Enzo drop down, how many 6 are we going to have? If we have 3-6, only one Palmer, only one, not Palmer, only one Lavia and Casado will play with Enzo. That means Enzo will have to drop back. If he drops back, what will he do with his passes? Only long ball, it's not Fabregas. All those long balls that he did today, that he has been doing for the past 3 matches, no one has gone through. I believe he can improve. I believe Enzo is not a bad player. Enzo is not the worst player that can play for Chelsea. But like I said, I want to see what the coach is cooking in about 8 matches to 10 matches before I will now start talking about players. But for the coach, I am willing to be patient with him.
All right, thank you. So, over the past week, we saw the issue of Nicolasjackson, Mikel Obi, and Osimhen saga, and we saw Nicolasjackson respond to Obi. Do you think Nicolasjackson has proven Obi wrong, or he still has a long way to go?
Nicolasjackson cannot prove Obi wrong with 2 matches. It's not possible. When Mikel Obi, I was telling somebody behind the scene, Mikel Obi is more of a stakeholder in Chelsea more than us, the fans, or more than even Jackson. Jackson is just a newcomer. He knows what is happening now. Mikel knew what has been happening, what is happening, and possibly what will happen in Chelsea. That does not make him... yes, there are some time Mikel went overboard about criticizing players or criticizing the management, but Jackson... my happiness is that Mikel still went back to tell Jackson last match, if you keep doing this, scoring goals, I will keep my mouth shut. So meaning Mikel wants the good for Jackson and even for the team. So Jackson should swallow or calm down, know that he's not talking to a street boy, he's talking to a legend of the club. That can only be a motivation to him. But if you want to reply him with every word, these fans will turn against Jackson and he will get it wrong. That's my point.
Thank you. So next we are going to the international break. Then afterwards, there's going to be a supposedly 0 run of games for Chelsea. So do you think these are the real time that Enzo Maresca is supposed to show himself?
Depending on how many players are going for the break. In Chelsea before, we used to know 70%, 80% of Chelsea players go on break, international duty. This squad, I can't tell how many people that are going. We have so many young players that have not caught it at the national team. So if we have like 40, 50% of these boys that are not going for international break, I believe they will pick up well after the international break. But if we have 60% of these boys going on international break, playing or not playing for their national teams, then we have a long way to struggle. We'll struggle with the first 2-3 matches of the next after international break.
Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
So we'll see you as the season progresses.
No problem.
Have a great weekend.
Thank you.